Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and there is a lot of stuff going on. Some that's hilarious and some that is just good, like this. This is the just good part. If you look at XRP, we've been as high as 170. That market touched 170 this morning, and then it just got pounded back down into the 153 range. But now we're back up around 161. So looking good. I wanted to show you what a couple of these guys say. Joker came in this morning. This is the overall theme of all the TA and chart guys, is that this month we are going to bust through the all-time high. Joker, he says XRP going according to market dynamic projector, MDP lines targeting $2.50 by May 29th. Deviations for MDP usually indicating buying or selling opportunities. Then he's got his I guess he's got his Discord that he's inviting you to. Then we've got this guy, XRP Shark. See you at $4.60. End of this to early next month. I like I've already shown in March. Thanks for the huge support. And he's got his chart here as well. Now, let's move along, because this, for the hilarity of the day, I thought that Anthony Pompliano had jumped the shark when he said that money is stored energy. I was wrong. He has now jumped the shark. This right here, this is about as cringeworthy as things can get. I'm going to show you his new idea. This is his Bitcoin pizza idea he announced today. I can't, it's one of those things that's painful for me to watch. I feel sorry for him as I'm watching it, and so I can only watch a little bit of it, but I'll show you the gist of it.
What's up, guys? Bang, bang. Everybody knows there's two things I love more than anything else in the world: Bitcoin and pizza. That's why today we're announcing Bitcoin Pizza. That's right. What is Bitcoin Pizza? Bitcoin Pizza is a new national pizza chain that allows you to eat tasty pizza while also supporting Bitcoin developers. Here's how it works. You head to eatbitcoinpizza.com. You order the pizza that you want. You select the day and time that you want it delivered straight to your door. And a local pizzeria in your town will go ahead, they'll make the pizza, they'll put it in one of these awesome boxes that we've created, and they'll have it delivered right to you on the specified.
Yes, you saw that right. It is a pizza box. And guess what? The greatest irony of the whole thing is to celebrate Bitcoin pizza, the Bitcoin pizza moment, where someone paid in Bitcoin. You will be paying in fiat, is the way I understand this. And that is pure hilarity. And the reason is because Bitcoin failed. The white paper was a failure, because the first line of it talks about Bitcoin as transactions, and it has failed in transactions because, as Anthony Pompliano knows, they're too expensive. Ha ha ha, what? Think about the irony and all that. And then Seiko Carmona sent me this, because Neats Bucks hits this out of the park. So 11 years ago, you could buy pizza with Bitcoin. To celebrate that, you can now buy Bitcoin pizza, but you have to use fiat. I'm losing the narrative here, okay? And then there's this. This is the tweet of the year by Matthew Liney, in my opinion. The time you realize Bitcoin is not the one. And he's got a picture of Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple at the IMF with Christine Lagarde, right beside the picture of Anthony Pompliano pushing Bitcoin pizza cardboard boxes. You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried, folks. Now, let me show you in this whole drama. There's one person who I would want to be less than anybody else, and it is this guy, because Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, has purchased an additional 229 Bitcoins for $10 million in cash at an average price of $43,663 per Bitcoin. As of 5/18/2021, we hodl 92,079 Bitcoins acquired for $2.251 billion at an average price of $24,450 per Bitcoin. When I saw this and I saw Anthony Pompliano's Bitcoin Pizza, the first thought that popped into my mind when I saw these two things today was, man, if I could be a fly on the wall in the boardroom of MicroStrategy when this guy starts being asked questions. Right about the time that I had this thought, I was sent this tweet from PhD, from this genius, Equity Capital. This is just a he's putting out a quote hypothetically. MicroStrategy board member. It's not a currency, not scalable, not ESG compliant. Proof of work is old tech. L2 solutions failed. Elon is against us. Dog is better tech. It's centralized with China mining. Now what the F is this pizza scheme? Saylor, you can get Pomperoni. I mean, you couldn't. Let me tell you, folks. And listen. I'll say it again. I do not talk bad about Bitcoin and Ethereum proof of work. I don't talk bad about them because I want them to do bad. The only reason I say this stuff is because people are not telling you the truth. Look, we can talk about digital assets, but let's be honest about what all of them are and what all of them are not. Proof of work is old tech. They know it. They won't talk about it unless they're forced to talk about it, which is what this week has been. But they haven't been forced to talk about it for years. And I'm going to show you another example. Guess who was on Squawkbox? Listen up.
Hey, Mike, just to that point, I mean, you list all the reasons that Bitcoin's up, and that's certainly, those are certainly a good list of reasons, but there's also another reason, and that's speculation, that people came piling into this market.
I don't even want you to hear this one. I want you to hear this one, because this I said looks like CNBC is finally over the target. This is the first time that I can remember where Mike Novogratz was really questioned about the elephant in the room, and he really doesn't address it.
But Mike, what's the possibility? I mean, I think one of the big lessons of just even this last couple weeks has been the rise of Dogecoin and all of this. What's the possibility that there's another coin, a better technology? Somebody decides
XRP.
That they can do it better. They can do it better than Bitcoin. They can even do it better than Ethereum.
XRP,
why is that not? I mean, you know, we talk about brands. AOL was once a great brand. It unfortunately isn't today.
You know what? We have invested in...
Pause. Why are they just now asking this guy this? Why? You talking about traditional financial media. This is beyond irresponsibility. These guys ought to be held to account. Why are they just now telling their audience this? This is not something they did not know. This is not something they're just figuring out. This is just people's hands being forced. Listen up.
90 different projects all across the ecosystem. Certainly believe there will be, winners and losers. Our whole brand is that we're diversity, right? We're not.
Now, and the question for Mike Novogratz is, why is the only thing you're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum? Every time you walk to the microphone, why are you just now saying that yeah, of course in the past you've said that you invested in other things, but you really haven't come out and let that be the theme of your talks. Every time it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you know it. And every single time these guys are not really called out on the carpet and asked, say, look, man, wait a minute. There's others. Let's really get into that discussion. If there's others and it's not, are you just talking your book, or are you telling the audience the truth?
It's a Bitcoin fund. We're not a Bitcoin, shop. We have Ethereum. We're in all kinds of projects. I think Bitcoin as a store of value has such a solidified position it's going to remain.
He thinks it's got a solidified position because the Bitcoin marketing machine, that's all they've been talking about for 8 years. They won't talk about the others because they don't want you to hear about the others, even though they know that proof of work's a problem.
I think Ethereum probably has the best chance of winning the global supercomputer.
Keyword probably.
You want to think about it, right? The decentralized web. There are certainly competitors. We've invested in them. There'll be...
Well, let's get more specific. He names some random coin here, but he doesn't get specific about what he really thinks are the others.
That connect things together. But when I look at Ethereum, the most developers are building on it.
That's because that's all you guys have been talking about for 8 years. Or not 8, but whatever, 5, 6. That's all they've been talking about for 5 or 6 years is Ethereum. Ethereum this, Ethereum that. Even though you know that the gas fees are unsustainable, it can't scale. You're sitting around waiting and hoping for Ethereum 2.0, but you don't even know for a fact that that's going to be the thing.
It's got the biggest network effect, so I think it's got the biggest chance of winning. Why is it up? It's up because of DeFi. It's up because of NFTs. It's up because of stable coins.
It's up because you guys keep pumping it and only pumping it when you know that there are other things waiting in the wings that are going to drop kick Ethereum.
3 tailwinds of great innovation happening. But listen, we're not religious in terms of...
You're not?
This is our coin and we're not going to invest in other coins. I've got big positions in Terra Luna, in other ecosystems that I think serve a big purpose in the overall system.
And the other thing he mentioned, that he mentioned, I can't remember what he called it, but he basically barely touched that the energy thing's a real issue. Well, if it's a real issue, I mean, he's a very liberal guy. If you spend any time on Twitter, you'll see this guy is a card carrying liberal, okay? And what is one of the main causes of liberals is that the climate change. Well, if he's so concerned about climate change, then why has he never addressed this before until now when he's being put in a corner over it? He's never talked he's never talked a lot about the climate and how mining. He's instead talked his book. So why is he just now acting, oh, that really is an issue? Well, if it's really an issue, then why weren't you talking about it for the last 8 years? I think I know. And then Elon Musk tweets this: has PayPal Galactic created an intergalactic currency that will be used on Starbase? Haven't heard anything about it since 2013. I'm trying to get Elon Musk to answer me so that we can find out whatever happened to PayPal Galactic. Because I just don't think that Elon Musk is a guy that puts dreams on the shelf. You know what I mean? Then Jeremy Hogan came in today. SEC's new reply to the XRP holders motion to intervene jumps the proverbial shark. I basically agree with the SEC that XRP holders should not be injected as full litigants at this point in the suit, but to argue that Ripple and the XRP litigants are in collusion goes too far. Lawyers are not supposed to make baseless accusations against opposing counsel, yet here we are, see page 8, not to mention that the XRP holder will obviously bring new and relevant facts and viewpoints to the litigation. So the underlying argument fails as well in my opinion. I think the judge should and will grant limited amici participation, something obviously the SEC does not want to see happen. Okay, and then I saw this today. This guy is with this investment firm, 27th Street Capital. He says, I will be spending some time on XRP for the short-term future. We are seeing something unusual going on. Keep your eyes open. I like where he's going with that. Now, right as I made this today, but I think I'm going to show you this article first, and then I'm going to show you that Jay Clayton video. This was an article that came out today in Forbes. We need a Ripple test to stop the SEC's overreach on cryptocurrency. I want to go down to the part where they talk about conflicts of interest. Listen to this. Conflict of interest with former SEC leaders Clayton and Hinman. Finally, there's the nagging question of why exactly Jay Clayton decided to authorize the filing of this case on his final day as SEC chairman. Even the New York Times has raised a series of troubling facts that point to what Deaton calls possible corrupt intent. It's a matter of public record that as SEC chair, Clayton said in a market-moving interview in 2018 that Bitcoin is not a security. Hedge fund One River Digital Asset Management bet heavy on Bitcoin days before Clayton advanced the Ripple lawsuit in December 2020, plummeting the competing XRP and causing exchanges to suspend trading it. One River hired Clayton right after he left the SEC. The optics were bad enough, but even worse for Clayton's former director of corporations finance, William Hinman. Deaton has published public disclosure forms that show Hinman collected over $15 million in payments from the Ethereum-connected law firm Simpson Thacher over the 4 years while he was at the SEC. Hinman's 2018 speech while at the SEC detailed why Ethereum is not a security, sending the token on a rocket ride to its current all-time high price. He left the SEC a few weeks before the Ripple case was filed and quickly rejoined Simpson Thacher, which sits on the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. An online petition to SEC Chairman Gary Gensler by a crypto enthusiast calling for an investigation by the SEC's Inspector General into Clayton and Hinman's possible conflicts of interest quickly gained over 30,000 signatures and was submitted. The longer the case goes on, the more attention will be paid to these questions. Now, so I just happened to be putting some videos together today, and I wanted to show you. So this clip you're going to see is Jay Clayton, and at the end I did a little add-on of Vitalik Buterin back in 2014, right before he did his Ethereum ICO. I want you to hear it after you hear Clayton. According to Jay Clayton in this clip, this is Jay Clayton in June of 2018. Really, I think it was just a few days before William Hinman declared Ethereum to be a non-security. Okay? And this is Jay Clayton. To Jay Clayton in this clip, it'll be very clear to you, oh, well, this shouldn't be confusing at all to anybody. We've been doing this a long time. We're the SEC. We know what a security is. But at this, as he's doing this interview on CNBC, it's 2018. The Ethereum ICO is in 2014, which means for 4 years, the SEC did nothing. And they claim that Ethereum was a security and then became a non-security. For 4 years, okay, 4 years, they did nothing. Almost like they were just sitting back waiting for it to, quote, become a non-security. Why didn't they enforce the law in that 4 years? Why? And when you see this clip, the ridiculousness and the absurdity, and maybe even worse, is very obvious and on display. You just watch and decide for yourself.
A token, a digital asset, where I give you my money and you go off and make a venture. You have some company you want to start or something you want, and in return for me giving you my money, you say, you know what, I'm going to give you a return. Or you can get a return in the secondary market by selling your token to somebody. That is a security, and we regulate that. We regulate the offering of that security, and we regulate the trading of that security. And that's our job, and we've been doing it for a long time.
So you're saying the classic definition of security, you invest in a common enterprise with an expectation of profit. You're saying the way you look at most ICOs, they are securities.
Correct.
Are you planning now to make a clear statement on that? Because there seems to be a lot of confusion.
See, so the guy's telling him, Bob Pisani is saying, look, there's a lot of confusion here. And Jay Clayton acts like he doesn't understand why anybody would have any confusion. Well, the reason they would have confusion is because all of them saw you let Ethereum have a free pass, you freaking moron. That's why everybody out here thinks this, is because you let them have a free pass and you didn't do anything for 4 years. That's why the whole market is wondering. That's why the guy on CNBC is asking you, or are you going to make this a little more clear?
About whether anybody is going to get approved or not.
Bob, I hope I just did. If it's a security, we're regulating it.
Yeah, at this point, if you're investing in Ethereum, I would say you're investing in the team and the community to a large extent.
So you're investing in the team. There's your common enterprise. It's clear as day. It can't be said any more clearly than that. But Jay Clayton, he just can't figure out why anybody would not really understand what is an ICO a security, is it not? So the question for the Ripple lawsuit is this. It's obvious that Jay Clayton is one of the people who he's wondering why anyone could possibly not know what it is. Well, you let Ethereum through the door for some reason, and then you're going to point at Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson and act like, oh, well, they should have known something. Well, how should anybody have known anything when you give Ethereum, who Vitalik Buterin just told you, if you're investing in Ethereum, you're investing in this common enterprise. You're investing in our team. That's our common enterprise. There you go. So, I mean, shoot, if I was this judge, I would kick these guys. First, I'd haul Clayton and Hinman in, but after that, and I would, I don't know what a judge's powers are with that, but if I was the judge and these people are sitting in front of me, and I saw this or saw half of the videos that we've put out on this, I would turn to those SEC lawyers and I would say, why are your asses sitting in my courtroom? Why are we here? You people, none of you have done your freaking job, and if you had done your job, then none of us would be here, and we wouldn't. All you had to do is provide some real clarity to people and not pick winners and losers based on whatever that's a real question too. Why are you picking all these winners? How are you picking them? There's where the bodies are buried. Now, I'm going to finish this up. Sorry to get heated there. I'm going to finish this up. Every once in a while, I try to remember to show you this because I use one of these things. These are called security keys. If you have like a Coinbase account and you put digital assets in a Coinbase account, or this also works for your Google account, Twitter account, a lot of different accounts. This is a YubiKey, key, and the way it works is you won't be able to log into your account unless you have this physical key. It's like a little hard drive that slides into your computer. This way, nobody can hack you, because if they don't have this key, they're not getting into your account, period. And I've got this, I put a link to this in the description of this video, and you got to go check it out. They're only like 40 or 50 bucks, and it's worth its weight in gold. I wouldn't even have these accounts without having one of these security keys. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to stay tuned to the Ripple lawsuit, because not only do I smell rats, but I think you might smell some rats wanting to jump off this ship.